Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for hanging out with me again today. It has been a minute since we've had a sit down and chit chat, so that's kind of what today's going to be. It's going to be an update about a lot of different things. I've got a whole list of stuff to talk about and a few things to show you guys. So, first up is the little winch truck. So, this came to me from Alan a while ago. I don't even remember when. Actually, this is a hodgepodge of two of them because the one Alan sent me was missing. I think it was the front left wheel assembly had just fallen off of it. And I'll stick a picture up here. Basically, it's like a pot metal knuckle, and they're identical on all four. But there was really no good way to repair it. I tried soldering it, and it just was not going to hold. I could get it to sit there, but if you turn the wheels at all, it was just going to snap that off. I couldn't get the pot metal to solder well. The other issue was he was missing a few things off the body, like it didn't have the side pipes and did not have the little rear winch attachment. So this thing just slides in and out. You can run it with or without. But it's designed because this has a very long winch cable, so you can actually run the winch cable up above the hood of the truck down here and actually winch something and potentially drive away with it. Not going to be much weight behind this guy. I had to use bits and pieces off of the bodies, bits and pieces off the cars. Thankfully, the one I bought had good knuckles and wheels all the way around. Just had terrible tires. The body was in a little bit worse condition, and the chrome was a little bit worse condition, but I was able to salvage the side pipes off of it, get the winch bar off of it, these little additional lights up here that just kind of stab into the top, and was able to put my old tire onto the new wheel, get all that put together. Now, testing it, the second one I bought did not work at all. Don't know whether it's a remote issue or a car issue, but something in there is fried. I'm not getting communication back and forth to either one, and even trying to use the good remote, nothing was working. So, not sure what I'm going to do there. So on this one, the winch does work. And you have three different selections. You have a high gear, a low gear, and a winch mode. So in the winch mode, basically push forward and the winch comes out. If you pull it in reverse, then the winch goes back in. And the lights do light up only when you're moving. And it's pretty powerful. Whoa, simmer down. The truck does move forward and reverse, so I'll stick it at low range. Mainly just because I don't want it running off the bench. But the truck does run forward and reverse. There is an issue back here with the rear diff, and for some reason it only wants to turn in one direction, and when you try to turn it in the other direction, there's a ton of clicking. So I need to dig back into it, go through the mechanicals of it all, and see if I can transplant parts from the old one to the new one and actually get everything functioning. So, but it is cool that it does work somewhat, and it's all cleaned up and looking good. I'll put pictures up at the end so you guys can see it up close outside. The other thing is I'm working on a side project, and it's a little CCO2 kit. Don't have the body finished cutting out and holes in it and everything yet, so it's a CCO2 chassis. Nothing spectacular to look at right now, but hopefully once the body is on and, it's got a light kit and everything, hopefully it'll look a lot cooler once it gets a body on there. Right now it looks like a rolling goalpost. So I have been working on that a little bit. The other thing is I got the red springs from the DTO2 kit on here, and I changed out the shock oil on this one, so I put 20 weight in the front, and I think I only have 10 weight in the back. Trying to keep it not quite pogo shocks, but not much resistance either. Hopefully it'll keep the rear end on the ground a little bit better next time out. I don't know. I also put on a new set of square pin spike tires and on new wheels back here. Probably really need to take that gearbox apart and put some grease in there because that thing is like uber free. But for now, we're going to run it as it is, see if it gets any better. May go ahead and stick some new front wheels and tires on there just so, front rear look kind of matchy. I get annoyed when, you know, the fronts look old and tired and the rears look brand new. So it has been kind of bugging me, and I think I have a whole new set that will match the wheels back here. I'm not 100% sure. Got to dig through parts. Speaking of digging through parts, it took me forever to find those stupid shock springs because I have a bin of old shock bits over here. I've got a bin of brand new shock bits over there. Then I have bins of new parts, and I had to dig through all of it, and it wasn't in any of them. It was in some motors. So, you know, good job organizing things, Adam. So I got something in the mail the other day, and I'll hold it up here. So my lunchbox does wheelies. So this was sent in from Flybinder. Huge laugh when I opened that up. Very confused when I went down to the mailbox, and I'm like, what is this package? I didn't order anything. Again, I don't know what this is. And then I'm feeling it walking up the driveway, and I'm like, it feels like a hat. I did not order a hat. I don't think. Did I order a hat? I don't know. And then I took it out, and I immediately knew who sent it. So thank you very much for the hat. It's hilarious, and I will be wearing it in videos and around town probably fairly often. Speaking of other new stuff, I actually got to meet Alan the other day. He was driving from down south to up north where he lives and was passing right by, so we worked out a place to meet up and got to meet him for about 7.5 minutes. Unfortunately, by the time he got here, he still had a long drive left to go, and you know, could not hang out. So did get to meet up with him and meet him face to face. That was really cool. And he dropped off this crazy contraption. So I knew it was a Tyco. I kind of remembered it, but I could not remember what it was. This is a Tao Terreniac, and it's not super old. You know, it's still almost 20 years old. I think these came out in 2007, and there was a red one and then like a lime green one. And there's zero steering up here. It's all done by this rear motor tire drive pod, and it literally twists left to right. So this whole drive pod twists and just kind of shoves it in different directions. The videos I've seen of them, they are kind of awful. You know, on the box it says, oh, it tackles water, snow, dirt, and basically it drives in the dirt and asphalt, anything smooth. Grass, it didn't look like it did well. Water, it stopped, and in the snow, it kind of moved for a little bit and then it died. Basically, it's just a big flat bottom, and then this rear tire pod has almost like paddles molded into it, and then there's a rubber treaded section in the middle. So he didn't have the remote with him. He did forget the remote at home, so he's sending me the remote, but as soon as we get that in, I will get this all cleaned up. It looks like it should clean up very well. It's just old and dusty. And we'll get this cleaned up and see what it'll do. So it takes a 9.6 pack. I think I've got one out in the garage. If not, I can get one off of Amazon super cheap. And wait till you see the remote for this thing. It's the weirdest little goofball remote I've ever seen too. So that should be interesting. But thanks a ton, Alan, for the cool oddball car. It'll be interesting seeing how it drives for sure. So Alan, besides the car, also sent, he had a box of old remotes. So a couple of old Futaba remotes in there. I think an old JR remote, and I think a Traxxas remote, and then some crystals. So I can pair some of that stuff up with some of the receivers he sent to me earlier, and hopefully get some of those in the car and get those in like rebuilds and stuff like that later on down the road. So some things I have planned coming up. They're on my list of to-dos. Whether or not and when they will actually happen, who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm terrible about following lists. But one is get that little Jeep painted up, weathered, and, you know, get that out for a quick video. Obviously finish the CCO2. Potentially get the little winch truck here fixed if I can. If not, then it's basically just going to be a semi-working shelf queen. The Tamiya Minis should be coming out sometime soon. They were technically supposed to come out this month, and it looks like they're going to be next month. So who knows? Looks like Tamiya's behind the 8 ball on getting product out. I'm sure some of it is shipping and tariff related, and, you know, not understanding who's responsible for what and how. And the other part is I'm hoping this is kind of the slow lag from this year to an explosion of kits next year. So I'm hoping, next year is going to be the big year for releases. We're going to get a lot of cool big releases come out, and hopefully a lot of them, but who knows. I did order another Honda City Turbo so I can make the Penny Racer car. So I will be using the one I have here to make a lightweight little penny holder for the back, and then I've been in talks to somebody who wants to 3D print a penny for me. So that would be cool. It'd be a lot easier than me trying to make one or go out and buy one. A lot of them are metal, so they're not gonna. It's gonna be a little too heavy for the back of it. So 3D print would be perfect. You can make it nice and lightweight, and it won't keep it on the rear wheels all the time. Still waiting on the Black Edition Grasshopper to show up. As soon as that shows up, I will post it on community page to let you guys know here in the U.S. that A-Main has them. I've been stalking it every day. Who knows, by the time you see this tomorrow, it may be up. I don't know. But, I'm going in there 2 or 3 times a day and be like, not there yet. So that's pretty much what has happened, what is happening, and what is hopefully going to happen. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is YouTube is really pushing channel memberships. And what I mean by really pushing channel memberships is like they're incentivizing people that don't have memberships enabled to enable the membership. So as part of that incentivization, I have enabled memberships. Now, honestly and personally, I don't want you guys to join as a member through YouTube. Why, you ask? Basically, they take too much money. They get about 25% of, any income that comes in. So if you guys do a super thanks or a super chat or, a sign up for a membership, 25% of that comes right off the top and goes straight to YouTube for allowing us to do that. All they have to do is pay the processing fee and give us the money, but, they take another, 23.5% off the top to stuff their pockets. So, granted, they host all the infrastructure that all this stuff is built on, but they're also getting a butt ton of our ad revenue because the more videos I put out and the more subscribers I have, the less revenue I'm actually getting. So, yeah. So, my suggestion is if you do want to become a channel member, go down the link in the description and sign up for a monthly contribution through Buy Me a Coffee. Through Buy Me a Coffee, I get like 97.5% of what you send me. So if you sign up for $10 a month, I get $9.75. Versus if you sign up for $10 a month through YouTube, I only get $7.50. So I'm not asking you guys to go out and sign up for memberships. I'm just saying I turned the memberships on and I have started doing member-only videos. And the way I'm doing them is basically the guys that are contributing monthly through Buy Me a Coffee, I have their emails. I post the videos as unlisted, so you can't find them, you can't search for them, they're not going to show up. And I send them the links, they get to watch the videos. Now, the videos are not anything, super grandiose. I'm not doing 45-minute long crazy videos. They're quick update videos, chit chat videos, behind the scenes videos, what's going on outside of this RC room videos. So it's a lot of other stuff that I don't really want to put in the other videos. So if you guys are interested in any of that, go over to Buy Me a Coffee. It's $5 a month, and sign up. You guys will start getting the videos as they come out, and you guys will also get links to all the past videos as well. Again, not trying to solicit you guys, but like I said, YouTube is pushing memberships to all these channels, and like I said, I took the incentivization to just turn it on. Whether or not you guys sign up through here or through Buy Me a Coffee, you guys will both be able to get the unreleased videos as they come out. I've been doing about one a week. Some are just going to be little walk and talks around the property as we just, BS about Tamiya or what's going on in my life or, whatever. Sorry, I got glue on my mat and I'm picking at it. But yeah, that's going to be it for that. I'm not a sales guy. I'm not trying to pitch you guys or, have you guys spend money you don't have. So Anyway, that is it for me today. It's been a long-winded one, but hopefully there was a bunch of cool, interesting stuff for you guys to see, and guys will know what's coming up in the future. And I am going to try to get over to Al's at some point and take some of the Basher cars over there and run them around. Probably take the Typhons over there, run those on the track. Take the Kagama 4S over there. Maybe take the 3S Big Rock over there, run that around. Maybe the 3S Granite, because I really haven't driven that really since I rebuilt it. So yeah, we'll get over there and romp around at some point. I'm gonna try to do that soon, but my schedule, his schedule, just sometimes don't meet up. And then the whole thing with the kids moving and me over there helping has not assisted in that at all. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Enough babbling and rambling. So everybody out there, as always, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. See you.